What's happening, guys? This is Mike's Total Dragon channel. It has been a long time since I've done a issue review of Savage Dragon. So today I'm going to double down, do issues 22 and 23. Do a quick kind of run through of those two. They're kind of a little bit, I don't want to say filler issues. Well, definitely issue 22 definitely is a kind of a filler issue, I guess you would say, quotation marks. But they touch on a couple of points from the previous issue, particularly the fall of Overlord, him dying, and then there is another scene that we'll get into. So we don't have a whole lot going on, so I'm going to kind of skim through these really fast. So we'll go ahead and hop right on in. So up first, we've got Savage Dragon number 22 right here. One of the really cool things about it is there is a lot of Ninja Turtle appearances. Well, maybe not a lot, but I would say in the Savage Dragon book, there's probably, I would say maybe 4 times that the Ninja Turtles appear. This is one. There is a earlier appearance in a one-shot as well. That's 3, and I feel like maybe I'm forgetting one. But they appear, like I said, 3 or 4 times in the book, and they have a one-shot. Part of the reason why is the Ninja Turtles were actually on the Image label at this time. It is a batshit crazy run of Ninja Turtles, which has things like Splinter mutating into a bat, Donatello getting his brain put into a cyborg or something like that. But if you get a chance, check it out. It is in a trade. The complete run of Ninja Turtles at Image is in a run. The trade paperback is called Urban Legends, and it basically reprints the whole, I think it's like 20-something issues. And if you're looking for them individually, they're almost impossible to find towards the end of the run. So in this case, it's a lot easier to pick up the trade paperback. But we'll go ahead and jump right into this issue here. You know, as always, Erik Larsen, creator, writer, artist extraordinaire. So we see Cyberface. He is walking out of court a free man in accordance that he gave up all the information to get Overlord. So he basically was able to rat out Overlord in exchange for freedom. And this is Dragon and the police chief's reaction to this whole situation. So we've got some more fallout, and this is basically the monster they're referring to is who we're going to see the Turtles and Dragon fighting. Rapture is getting a waterbed installed in the house to prepare for her big night with Savage Dragon. And Heridius, I think that's her name, because she's lived in a basement her whole life. She's never seen a waterbed, so she wants to check it out. And of course, because she's nothing but spikes in a balloon don't mix well. And we've got this really cool double-page spread here. The Dragon and the Turtles. This is the big monster they're fighting. The one that was referenced in that newscast. The Turtles know kind of like the origin of the monster, that it's not really a person per se, but just something that's been cloned. So we got this whole book is basically a fight scene between the Turtles, Dragon, and this big monster. Here they're having kind of like a eulogy for Overlord, or more so for the Scagnetti, or whatever how that's pronounced. Sagetti, the guy who was a mob boss that was living inside the armor. And people are just kind of talking in this classic, which Savage Dragon uses a whole lot. This style of like from Dark Knight Returns, where Frank Miller had the talking heads on the television. That's what that always refers me to. If there's a issue that they did that beforehand, then I apologize. But whenever I see that, it makes me think of Dark Knight Returns. So the turtles are fighting and dragons fighting. Herodias's curiosity finally gets the better of her. She touched a waterbed. It exploded. Alright, so that is what we see what happens when Herodias touches the waterbed. Everyone's soaked. And we've got this cool pin-up by Beasley, Simon Beasley and Larson. Huge Ninja Turtle versus a small dragon. And again, action, action, action. They've taken the battle to the Lake Michigan. Dragon finally says, "To hell with this." He picks him up, throws them all out in the water, then realizes he doesn't want to let him drown. He doesn't get there in time. He's already drowned. He feels bad about it. The turtles tell him, well, you know, he wasn't really an actual person. It was a clone grown from an arm. So they go back to the dragon's house and they walk in and see Rapture, soaking wet, t-shirt. Herodias is kind of excited to see the Ninja Turtles. Dragon tries to explain what happened. Rapture says, "Look, now's not a time. Now's not a good time. Can we do this another night?" Dragon kind of had his hopes up, it looks like, a little bit. So he's kind of bummed out, so he heads out. And as he's leaving, he gets jumped on by the Fiend, who is still possessing, what's her name's mother? The girl who got killed by Dragon, who got killed by Dragon's attacker all those issues ago. She beats the hell out of him. And she tells him, she goes, "I know you have a really powerful healing factor, but I've got a real sick form of torture I'm going to do on you." So she takes the dragon after she's beat the hell out of him, drops him into this smokestack, and then just flies off. So Dragon's fate is, we know he's not going to die, but he's just had the crap kicked out of him and then dropped into this skinny chimney here, this factory chimney. So now we got the letter pages. And the best one about this whole issue is we have a really big letter from Peter David. If you guys have never heard about that, Peter David and Erik Larsen. Basically, Peter David versus Image was the whole thing, including Peter David debating Todd McFarlane at San Diego. And then there was instances where Peter David accused Larsen of stealing some of his gimmicks or what have you. And all this addresses that. So that is a wrap up for issue number 22 of Savage Dragon. So now we'll go ahead and get into number 23. We've got Rapture, She-Dragon on the cover. She-Dragon, after having been turned down by Dragon as a sidekick and kind of being considered as a joke by everybody, she's got these powerful gauntlets. She thinks this is what it's going to take for people to take her serious. And then the police force is having an announcement. Dragon is missing. He's been gone for 2 weeks. We don't know where he is. We're looking for him, etc., etc. A lot of the police officers trying to console Rapture. You know, she's kind of down in the dumps because she was the one who basically asked him to leave. Then she feels kind of bad here that the girls are consoling her and she's treated them so bad in the past because she doesn't like for Dragon to have female friends. But she says, you know, I'm cool with you guys, but I'm not that cool. And now we see that there's been kind of a power struggle inside the Vicious Circle since Overlord's gone. So we've got Brain Ape beating down people who are challenging him for power. She-Dragon shows up, says she wants to offer her help. Rapture's still kind of down in the dumps about it. She's having a whole lot. She's kind of blaming herself a whole lot, saying she understands that she's kind of a hothead and needs to do better. And then we see where Dragon is. He has been mutilated and dropped in this smokestack so he won't heal right. So we see his body's all contorted right here in the shadows. He doesn't really have any idea where he's at. And his body's still broken, so he can't get any strength to punch out. So we go back to the police station. Rapture and She-Dragon get into it. And then Peter Clapton shows up, who at this point wants us to think that he is Star, but we know that he is not Star. But Rapture knows what the secret is. So Peter Clapton approaches her, and it looks like they have a little bit of, you know, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours type conversation here. We have more Dragon being busted up, trying to heal, but still trapped in this chimney stack. Got a little pin up here by Mike Alliard and Mad Men. So we see Peter Clapton leaving. Looks like he's kind of getting dressed, putting his shirt back on, with this little line, "It's a pleasure doing business with you." She says likewise. So they kind of want you to think that something's been going on. She-Dragon, they're back to fighting again. So they're basically having a, you know, the infamous words of Joey Styles, cat fight. But it's really not much of a fight. Rapture pretty soundly defeats her, electrocutes her to death. She's able to channel the electricity through her legs. And she basically just tells She-Dragon, "Leave me alone. If I see you again, I'm going to kill you." The police captain here, he's sick of the whole thing. So he basically just tells her, "Get the hell out of the police station. I don't want to see you around anymore." Finally, Dragon's body's healed up enough. He says, "I can move again. I have a chance, finally." So he kind of starts punching his way out of the chimney stack. He says, "I'm free." But as we can see, he's kind of mangled and deformed, where his body healed from being broken and shoved into in that chimney. So everything's not where it should be. It's just healed back. So that is the end of this issue. We've got a couple of cool pinups here. This one is basically like if Savage Dragon was on the set of Dragon Ball. Then next issue, Gang War, part 1 of 3. So now everyone is going to be fighting for control of Chicago. and without Overlord there. There's just going to be, just like they had the gang wars back in the day in Chicago, control over territory. But that is issue 23 of Savage Dragon. So this was a little two-part one. Hopefully I can get back on track and start doing videos a lot more regularly. Things got really busy around Christmas time, and well, maybe post-Christmas, I guess I would say January on. Things got really busy, working a whole lot more. Of course, the situation with Diamond is kind of throwing off me making my new release videos, but that's really not an excuse. That should just give me more chance to do Savage Dragon videos. But in any case, that's issue 22 and 23 of Savage Dragon. So till next time, you guys take care. We'll talk to you later. Have a good day. Bye-bye.